So, what do you think about when you give someone advice, or someone asks you for advice?
Yeah, how do you like? What is your? I guess make it like it more.
It's more of, it's not a pet peeve, but it's more of like a, I don't want to come off sounding self-righteous either. Like, I told you not to do this, but it's.
Cause we all have problems. We all kind of do it to an extent, but then again, not really, because when we're younger, yeah. But at a certain age, you should really get like, hey man, especially if you're talking to somebody experienced, OG, especially like relationship. I mean, 'cause every relationship is different, but it's like you know good information when you hear it.
Mm-hmm. And if you ask somebody for their experience in the situation and how they got out of the situation or they avoided the situation altogether, and you go ahead and say, I'm going to see what I want to do. I'm going to see how this works. I'm going to do it my way. And then it's like a big...
Some people, well, see, that begs the question, people who come into, when they ask you something, they already got the answer they want to hear. They just want to hear you say it to make them feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know they should leave so-and-so, or they know they should take that job, or they shouldn't take that job, or they know that's right or wrong. They just want to hear you say it to confirm
their feelings about it.
Yeah,
right.
What they want to do.
I don't...
I think it's a good time for intro before we get too deep.
Welcome back to Kirksey on the Rocks. I'm Shauna.
Yo.
This is Eddie.
I'm so rude. Yeah, I'm Eddie.
Yeah, we were just talking about people who come to you for advice, or come to us for, not us. It's in general situation. Come to someone for advice, and they like he was saying, they get their own. They already have their own answer.
Yeah, I go to people for advice.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we all are getting advice. You always can learn. You can always grow. You know
always grow. There's always room for growth. No matter what situation you're in, there's always room for growth.
Exactly. So never, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't got it all together. It's just like when we ask OGs or ask people that are experienced in whatever we have questions about, you know what I'm saying? We go in it with an open mind.
There's never any closeness to us, because it's like, if I'm asking you for advice about something, I obviously want to learn about something, but there are some people who have their notions of like, okay, so I'm going to ask you this, but I already know what I'm going to. I already know what I'm going to do. I just want to hear you say something else,
right? Or
say what I'm going to do just to make sure that I'm right about this or wrong about this.
That's how it feels. Like, even when they be asking you, like, dude, you already
know what you want to do.
Yeah,
Or you already know what. Yeah, you already know what you're going to do in a situation. It's like, why? I think the question is, why, like, in that situation, why even ask advice if you already know what you're going to do? Like, what can someone give you?
I feel like some people know they're wrong. They just want an amen corner, or like, misery loves company.
Yeah.
You know that phrase? But I think that's with everything. How you think on a subject, whether it be politics or relationships or marriage or religion, whatever it may be, sports. You kind of gather with whom you feel gonna fit you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's been certain situations where I felt like a person should have came to me first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not by being first, second. I'm just gonna say came to me. But they went to someone else, and it's like,
they went to an amen corner.
Yeah, it's like, you didn't get good advice. You got a nice, like, okay. Go ahead.
So in that situation, you also know who's going to pacify you, who's going to give it to you like it is.
Going to enable you, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want to. We don't personally. I know I don't enable it. Well, I got my certains. Well, no.
Yeah, we ain't getting personal.
I'm not getting personal, but I don't enable anybody. There are some times where I should have should speak up about stuff. Like to
That's what I'm learning that they do.
yeah.
Cause I at first I didn't want to. I ain't even cut you off.
No. I was about to say, you're probably gonna say the same thing I'm going to say.
I didn't want to,
hurt nobody's feelings or
well, not exactly
call
that,
them out
but
on
go
there.
come too hard. I never
Yes.
want to seem judgmental. That's the very last thing that we wanted to do, because again, we have stuff that we trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We always try to be humble, not
people on
judging.
our own front door.
Yeah, especially that, man, because that's hypocritical to me. If anybody, if you tell me you should be doing that, then I look at your life and it's like, WTF?
You're
Like,
doing the same thing you
Exactly.
tell you not to. But then again, I also think on that situation is like with people who tell you not to do X, Y, and Z, and they do those certain things. They see how they're stuck in this situation, they can't get out, but they don't want you to follow the same pattern that they're doing. Even though it's like, stop what you're doing and then tell them, or I don't know. It's just like, you want to help somebody, but you can't help yourself. But your way of helping yourself is telling somebody something else that you should be doing. So see, I don't know. I think I'm going down a rabbit hole, but seeing how they do it, and then if it works, then you do it. Kind of like a experiment thing where it's like, okay, so I wanted to eat chicken all the time, and I tell you to eat chicken all the time. I'm gonna ask you how you are doing with your only chicken eating thing to see if I should start just eating a chicken only type thing. If that makes sense.
that sounds like two black people talking, but yeah.
Good nothing else.
I think it all boils down to, how it make you feel. Anybody feel if somebody came to you for advice and you see if they gonna apply it and they don't. You kind of feel like, dang, like I wasted my time. It's like, though, you want better for that person. You see better for that person. But it's like they gotta make that change. It's like,
Yeah.
and then think about it. It's not even like they came to you. Excuse me, and they didn't take your advice. It's like they keep coming back,
Yes, it's like a revolving door, and
asking the same
you,
thing.
You gotta get to
telling you drama stories or this person this and this person that. And it's like, bruh,
Didn't I already have to talk with you last week?
shoot, the last 5 years,
Didn't I already talk with you 2 years
last
ago?
10 years,
Didn't
last
I- it
20
was like,
years, last 30
Didn't I
years.
say this to you? So when are you going to apply when I'm saying, don't even come back? Because you're just going to do what you want to do. Why you keep telling me this stuff? It's like, I'm going on this cycle, keep going this cycle of whatever the cycle is, and you don't change it. But you keep complaining about the situation you're in. Stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
And that's when it's like, that's when it comes to like, okay, so you were nice at first as advice giving, and then it's getting to the point where you're getting frustrated, and then you just blow up on the person like when you stop being stupid. And they don't want to talk to you no more because you called them out being stupid. They didn't want to hear that.
Well, see, that's what I think. That's when the judgmental part kicks in. When you call people stupid.
Well, not
No,
not calling stupid, but
the aggravation
what
is there.
But what you're doing is stupid.
Yeah.
It's like a definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over again, expecting different results.
It's self-destruction.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to give an example. It's like, I don't know. It's just like, man. Cause I think I feel like we all have been there, done that. But I feel like at a certain, I can't even say age, because there's some people that's older than us. It's like, bro.
Doing goofy stuff.
It's like, dude, I know you done did it
Still.
50 million times. Like,
You're not going to get a different result.
it's
Applying
like
it
1
the
plus
same
1
way.
is always gonna equal 2. Like a duck, if it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, it's a duck. I'm sorry. Like, either you gonna like that duck, or you gonna, make that change. But yeah. Now, I think the opposite end of that whole spectrum, like thinking on the other person's end. It's like,
The person doing the craziness,
or you know,
or just the one
involved.
that's oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, the person outside sees clearly in. But maybe the person inside, the glass is murky. You know what I'm saying? They don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
And that's
it.
why your clique, your tribe, whatever you want to call it, your crew, your circle has got to be
Solid.
solid, because man, they gotta call that out. They gotta, if your friends is always saying yes to you, man, you should question your friends. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because you know, your friend should be able to tell you, hey man, I wouldn't be moving like that. And,
I am that friend.
yeah, and it's not judgmental. It's not going hard. It's not being OD. It's like, dude.
Because you love this person and
Exactly.
and you don't want to see them fall.
And I apologize. I used to say, oh, China, you gotta say kind of hard, but it's like, nah. How else is people going to get it?
Because in the beginning of any situation where I do end up coming off mean or hard as he's put, I was nice in the beginning.
Yeah, but after the 50 million times, like,
What you want me to say? Because
sir, you're like, hey,
look, you got to change this because complaining and crying, or complaining and cussing and being pissed off about something
that manager,
that job, that boyfriend, that
girlfriend,
that dog,
that diet, whatever it's
whatever
like,
the
bruh.
situation is, I told you my experience. If I can relate to it,
And we don't know it all.
we don't.
I'm keep saying it. We don't know it all.
We're still learning.
But if I love you and you love me, we gotta hold each other accountable.
Accountability is so.
Man, come on, man, come on. Oh, man.
Look, so
Shoot.